Hello, hello. All right, this is Don Miguel Cummings, the Dark Titan here, and want to give you a little breakdown here from a little bit of my experience in the martial arts and everything. And typically, I get the common question. A lot of times, people say like, "What about katas?" And katas are basically a prearranged set of form of movements that are done. Basically, it was used to preserve the art. Because back then, in 1609, there was a ban. And the king of Okinawa banned the use of empty hand combat. So instead, what the teachers had to do was they had to come up with intricate ways to preserve their art and to be able to save all the main ingredients inside their art. So it's just the same thing. It's like, okay, if you want to make sofrito, you got to get all the main ingredients, and you have to put them all within their grasp where they could be reached. Like you have to get the garlic, you have to get the green bell pepper, you have to get the onion, etc., etc. Without any of those, you have not sofrito, but you got ofrito. So in order to make sofrito, you have to have all the right seasons to be able to sit there and balance it to call it one mega season. Same thing with goju-ryu. Every single movement in goju-ryu, whether it be a block, a strike, etc., every single one of them are ingredients. I call them leaves on a tree. When a person first starts in their martial arts, they're a tree without no limbs. So as you learn your katas, which is your forms, then you're adding limbs to your tree. As you begin to understand, break down the hidden movements of the kata, now you're adding leaves. And the more leaves that you add to the tree, the more knowledge, the more flourishing, and the better that it looks. So if you look at it in that type of text. So like I said, you're starting out as a tree stump. A tree stump means you have no different movements, you have no blocks, you have none of that, etc. When you first, from that tree stump, learn how to do your blocks, learn how to do your kicks, learn how to do your punches. Those, like I said, are limbs that you're adding to that tree branch. Once you combine certain tree branches, or sometimes the tree branch can have like several different limbs to it, meaning with that kata, it could have several different meanings. So the more you decipher, or what's called okuden waza, which is like the hidden techniques, you begin to make your tree flourish. So what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to go over some things, and I'm going to show you something as I'm going through a kata. And I'm going to show you basically how a kata is supposed to be interpreted in the modern day, the way that it is. It's obviously you're not going to go into a horse stance when you're in a fight. Typically in a street fight, you turn around and drop down in a horse stance, you're going to get kicked in the bells. That's plain, point, and simple. Horse stances are only for two things. Horse stance is basically going to build leg strength. And number two, you're making that preparation to either throw your opponent, flip your opponent, or you're able to shift their momentum to bring them into a certain direction and to imbalance them with a move similar to that of jiu-jitsu or that of aikido. So that is pretty much what you're going to use your horse stance. Cat stance is usually a technique you use basically to evade an attack. So when you're doing a cat stance, you're stepping back and you're shifting and you're keeping your weight off your front foot. Two reasons for that being: one, that way you can shift positions and you can move in 45-degree angles better. Number two, you can also apply a front kick, snap kick real fast if you need to. And if you apply your snap kick correctly and you time, well, if you're good to where you got your technique down, 99.9% of the time, you'll be able to land that technique and kick your opponent. When you're using that type of a kick, you're definitely not going to go aim for the head and sit there and aim for anything like the chest area. You're basically shooting for the groin or you're shooting for the knee. So if a person's coming forward, they're aggressive, you step to a 45, kick them in the knee, you're going to cripple their knee. Or you kick them into the thigh to basically like a Charlie horse, so to speak, but with a Charlie horse with a tree branch, pretty much. And that's what a tree limb. That's what it's gonna feel like when you're getting struck, in your leg with a certain blow from a kick. But without further ado, the next video I'm going to show you is going to be a kata, and I'm going to decipher basically the breakdowns on how to sit there and see hidden movements within the kata. Stay tuned.